There are a lot of people who lie and get away with it.
And that we will in fact find weapons or evidence of weapons programs that are conclusive.
I don't think we'll discover anything myself.
It appears that there were not weapons of mass destruction there.
You said you knew where they were.
I did not.
We know where they are. They're in the area around Tikrit and Baghdad and east, west, south, and north.
Well, first of all, I haven't lied.
There are a lot of people who lie and get away with it.
Talking about lies and your allegation that there was bulletproof evidence of ties between Al-Qaeda and Iraq. Was that a lie?
Intelligence gathered by this and other governments leaves no doubt that the Iraqi regime continues to possess and conceal some of the most lethal weapons ever devised.
Our people are going to find out the truth, and the truth will say that this intelligence is good intelligence, no doubt in my mind.
I don't know anybody that I can think of who has contended that the Iraqis had nuclear weapons.
And we believe he has in fact reconstituted nuclear weapons.
Saddam Hussein is determined to get his hands on a nuclear bomb.
We cannot wait for the final proof. He's got him. He's got him. The smoking gun. He's got him. That could come in the form of a mushroom cloud.
Colin Powell didn't lie.
My colleagues, every statement I make today is backed up by sources, solid sources. These are not assertions. What we're giving you are facts and conclusions based on solid intelligence.
He has not developed any significant capability with respect to weapons of mass destruction. He is unable to project conventional power against his neighbors.
Our people are going to find out the truth.
I have not suggested there's a connection between Iraq and the 9/11.
You have said in the past that it was, quote, pretty well confirmed.
No, I never said that.
Okay. I think that is...
That's absolutely not. What I said was, it's been pretty well confirmed that he did go to Prague and he did meet with a senior official of the Iraqi intelligence service.
Saddam Hussein aids and protects terrorists, including members of Al-Qaeda. Secretly and without fingerprints, he could provide one of his hidden weapons to terrorists or help them develop their own. What did Iraq have to do with what?
The attack on the World Trade Center.
Nothing.
He said there were three main reasons for going to war in Iraq. Weapons of mass destruction.
Saddam Hussein has gone to elaborate lengths, spent enormous sums, taken great risks to build and keep weapons of mass destruction.
The claim that Iraq was sponsoring terrorists who would have attacked us on 9/11.
Before September the 11th, many in the world believed that Saddam Hussein could be contained.
And that Iraq had purchased nuclear materials from Nigeria.
The regime is seeking a nuclear bomb.
All three of those turned out to be false.
First, just if I might correct a misperception, I don't think we ever said, at least I know I didn't say, that there was a direct connection between September the 11th and Saddam Hussein.
Who does the president think he's effing kidding?
Of course, it was information that was mistaken.
There are a lot of people who lie and get away with it.
Those weapons of mass destruction got to be somewhere. Nope, no weapons over there. Maybe under here.
When you have a precedent set like that, and you have somebody, George Tenet, acknowledging in his book that he knew that the administration was deceiving the American people into a situation that is murdering young men and women from this country and others, that George Tenet and Dick Cheney and Condoleezza Rice and George Bush et al. Should be in fucking jail.
The Attorney General is going to ask for enhanced law enforcement authority to surveil and do others to disrupt terrorism that might be planned here in the United States. What will that mean for the rights of Americans? What will that mean for Americans?
Terry, I ask you to talk to the Attorney General about that subject. He'll be prepared to talk about it publicly at some point in time. But what he is doing is he's reflecting what I said earlier in my statement, that that we're facing a new kind of enemy. somebody so barbaric that they would fly airplanes into buildings full of innocent people. And therefore, we have to be on alert in America. We're a nation of law, a nation of civil right. We're also a nation under attack. And the Attorney General will address that in a way that I think the American people will understand. We need to go back to work tomorrow, and we will. But we need to be alert to the fact that that these evildoers still exist. We haven't seen this kind of barbarism in a long period of time. No one could have conceivably imagined suicide bombers burrowing into our society and then emerging all on the same day to fly their aircraft, U.S. aircraft, into buildings full of innocent people and show no remorse. And this is a new kind of evil, and we understand, and the American people are beginning to understand. Now, this crusade, this war on terrorism, is going to take a while. That this nation is at war with Islamic fascists who will use any means to destroy those of us who love freedom, to hurt our nation. This crusade.
At this hour, American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, and to defend the world from grave danger. On my orders, coalition forces have begun striking selected targets of military importance to undermine Saddam Hussein's ability to wage war.
People of America, we wish to share with you our thoughts on the events we experienced. This world has not yet seen an empire which constitutes in its prime objective the destruction and genocide of whole populations and societies, only to control the energy resources of this planet. Life under dictatorship is far more safe than behind the bars of your democracy. And you don't ask yourself, where are the weapons of mass destruction? Where are the links between our previous government and once CIA-sponsored items? Or is that all now a thing of the past?
This crusade. Before September the 11th, many in the world believed that Saddam Hussein could be contained.
He has not developed any significant capability with respect to weapons of mass destruction. He is unable to project conventional power against his neighbors.
We are able to keep arms from him. His military forces have not been rebuilt.
Leaving Saddam Hussein in possession of weapons of mass destruction for a few more months or years is not an option. Not in the post-September 11th world.
That intelligence was good, sound intelligence.
We've got no evidence that Saddam Hussein was involved with September the 11th.
I don't think we ever said, at least I know I didn't say, that there was a direct connection between September the 11th and Saddam Hussein. The war on terror, you can't distinguish between Al-Qaeda and Saddam when you talk about the war on terror.
And nobody's ever suggested in this administration that Saddam Hussein ordered the attack.
But he did go to Prague and he did meet with a senior official of the Iraqi intelligence service.
Excuse me for a minute, please. The world changed that day because we had to deal with threats. No question, Saddam Hussein did not order the attacks. On the other hand, Saddam Hussein was viewed as a threat.
Critics are the only people I've heard use the phrase immediate threat. I didn't. The president didn't.
He's a threat because he is dealing with Al-Qaeda.
I don't know anybody that I can think of who has contended that the Iraqis had nuclear weapons.
And we believe he has, in fact, reconstituted nuclear weapons.
You said you knew where they were.
I did not. I said I knew where suspect sites were, and we were just...
You said you knew where they were, near Tikrit, near
in
Baghdad,
and
north,
east, west, south, and north. I probably should have said we know where they were instead of we know where they are.
But so far they found no weapons.
I wouldn't say that.
At the time was we thought he had weapons of mass destruction. Turns out he didn't, but he had the capacity to make weapons of mass destruction. But I also talked about the human suffering in Iraq. What did Iraq have to do with what?
The attack on the World Trade Center.
Nothing, except for its part.
There are a lot of people who lie and get away with it.
This crusade. Those weapons of mass destruction got to be somewhere. Nope, no weapons over there. Maybe under here. This crusade. This crusade. This crusade. This crusade. This crusade. This crusade.
I don't think there's ever a time that you can say you have enough support. I think that our objective is to always let our elected officials know that A, we do support Israel, and that if anyone comes against Israel in a malicious way, we would do everything in our power to see that that was their last term in office.